this year for 2025 is organic marketing. So every year I kind of pick an overall theme, focus, if you will, for my year, and it really directs all of my actions, and it makes sure that I am staying intentional with my actions versus just checking things off a to-do list, which can sometimes be what I tend to do. I love making lists and I love checking off things on my list, but I need to make sure that the things on my list are actually moving me forward and are money-making things. So our theme for 2025 is organic marketing, which just means marketing for free, marketing not with ads. Now, I am not going to stop my ads, but I've had some issues with my ads with tech stuff. That's actually a Kajabi issue, which has been super frustrating. That started back last year, around summer of last year. I started noticing this issue. Kajabi still hasn't fixed it, so I wanted to kind of focus more on organic marketing anyway, and I thought now was a great push. So we already have the podcast. That's a form of organic marketing. I hired a Pinterest manager late last year, so that will be another form of organic marketing, pushing traffic to my blog and my podcast. And now we are adding another layer, which is YouTube. Now, I already put the podcast on YouTube, but YouTube is not usually a podcasting platform, meaning people don't go to YouTube to listen to podcasts. They go to watch videos. It's a video platform. So we get a lot more listens, downloads, if you will, for our podcast on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. We weren't seeing that much traffic with YouTube. So I decided I am going to start making videos outside of my podcast and putting them on YouTube. And we are actually going to be having a launch of my YouTube channel very soon. Now, I already have a YouTube channel because I've been putting the podcast on there, but we're having an official launch. We're going to have a little party and premiere 2 new videos that I think you're going to love. I will be on there live when the videos premiere answering questions. So I'll talk about that at the end. But let's talk about a little bit more about YouTube and why I decided to start a YouTube channel. So a lot of the topics that I want to cover in the podcast, you can't really get the full picture of what I'm saying with just audio. So I try to really pick topics for the podcast that I can just talk about and you can totally understand. But a lot of things that I want to talk about, I need video in order to really show what I mean. So if I'm going to be showing you how to create an educational resource or a digital product like a PDF guide in Canva or, a lesson plan in PowerPoint, I need to show you my screen. And obviously with a podcast, you're not watching, you're just listening. And so that's one reason why I thought adding YouTube as an additional layer would be a great addition for my content, for my nurturing content that all of you can listen to and watch and get to know me, get to trust me, and then go on to join any of my paid programs. And so I really think that adding this additional layer of video to my audio will help me show you guys, show my audience how I can help, how I can better help you. So I'm really excited. I like video. I would much rather make a video or talk than write a blog post. No, I'm not a writer, math brain here. So I can talk about things and show you my screen for days. And so I'm excited. I'm excited about all of the options for YouTube, and I can't wait for you to see all of the videos. My plan is to have a new YouTube video every Monday. And so you always have plenty of content from me, a YouTube video on Monday and then a podcast on Wednesday. So what can you expect from my YouTube channel? Well, like I said, I'm going to be showing screen shares of how I make teacher products like mazes and cut and paste activities and lesson plans. I'm also going to show behind the scenes on my screen of me creating other types of digital products. So I don't just make teacher resources. I also make PDF guides and I made mini courses, and I usually use Canva for all of that. So I can show you the ins and outs of Canva and things I've learned there. I also really love a lot of the project management and organizational tools we use in our business. And I don't really have any paid products about that, but I really like talking about them because I'm a total organization, neat freak kind of nerd. And so showing you things like Asana, which is our project management system, how we organize everything inside of there and how it keeps me on track and ensures that the things that I'm doing every day are intentional and not just checking things off of a list. And Airtable is another one that we use to track data. Airtable is a spreadsheet software. It's free, and I like the look of it better than a Google Sheets or an Excel. Now, if you ask my husband, who is an accountant, he is going to say, no, thank you. I can't do all the things that I want to do. And he knows all the formulas and all of that. No, I don't do all of those things, but I haven't found anything that I can't do with Airtable. But I do find things that I can do with Airtable that I can't do with Excel or Google Sheets. And it's free. So to me, it's why not try it? Like, you can upload files and you can make it colorful and pretty. You may be able to do all this in Google Sheets. I don't know. But I know in Excel, like adding a picture inside of a cell, I think they just started allowing you to do that in 2025, maybe late 2024. So come on, get with it, Excel. Anyway, I do like Excel for making my math resources, but that's kind of a different area. I'm not using it for that. I'm using it for data and things like that. We also use it to track our podcast episodes. So like we can check off, okay, so this podcast, we have recorded it. We've reached out to the person. We have, like if I'm doing an interview, we have made an Instagram reel, and just keep track of everything. We also have all of the links there, so they're easy to grab if I want to share a link on something. So it's all there. It's all really organized. Our testimonials is another thing we organize inside of Airtable. Anyway, so obviously I need to make a video on showing you inside of my Airtable, and that I need video for. So those are some of the topics I'll be talking about on YouTube. Also, how to like upload a file to TPT and all of the things you need to make sure that you are doing and not doing. I can have a video on that. Digital product examples, but with like actually showing you the example. So I have quite a few podcast episodes on ideas for digital products, for teacher resources. But if you're just listening and you're not quite sure what I'm talking about, seeing a visual example of that is going to be really helpful, I think. I love examples. I think they make things a lot more tangible and doable. I'll be talking about funnels, of course, how to automate your sales, some behind the scenes tech stuff with that, like Flowdesk, Kajabi. Those are the platforms that I really use and love, although I'm mad at Kajabi right now, but it's fine. I'm still going to stick with them for the time being. So yeah, that's what you can expect from our YouTube channel. I'm really excited for it to launch. If you have any ideas for me for things that you want to see on YouTube that might not really work with a podcast, but you really need to see the visual of it, send me a message on Instagram at Lindsay Bowden, and I would love to help you guys out by making videos that you actually want to see. So I want to talk about the equipment and kind of the software that we are using for YouTube. So I already had most of everything that I needed for podcasting. So that really translated well into YouTube. But I did get a new camera for YouTube because I saw a video that said you need 4K camera, and I had like an old Logitech. It just said 1080p. Don't ask me what that means. I don't know, but I know it's less than 4K. Like the quality is less than 4K, obviously. And so I upgraded my camera to, it's a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I can put the Amazon link below. It's a more expensive camera. The Logitech is definitely less expensive, but I really like it, and you can like move it around. It works if I was going to do like a vlog outside or something, or if we do some vlogs when we travel. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but my husband was super excited. He loves gadgets when I got it, and he filmed our whole Christmas morning with it. So it's a really simple camera to use, I think, and I'm not super like techie when it comes to equipment. I'm techie when it comes to like computer stuff, but like outside equipment, I don't know. So my husband set it up for me. It wasn't that bad. For my mic, I'm using the same mic that I do for podcasting, my Blue Yeti mic, and I have a little pop filter on that as well. And that's really it as far as what we're using equipment-wise. We are testing out a few different softwares for filming. And by the way, I'm telling you all this in case you want to start a YouTube channel at some point. And you can start super simple. You don't have to have any fancy tech, but I'm just telling you what I use because I always get asked. So Loom is what we use for our podcast. And I like Loom a lot. I love Loom, actually. It's $10 a month. You have unlimited storage with your videos, so I don't have to store them in Google Drive or on my own computer. And we use the Loom for the podcast. It makes a transcript, and we upload that transcript into ChatGPT. We talked a lot about this when we did the episode about how to make a podcast. That was the first episode of this year. But the one thing that Loom doesn't do, which is a little bit weird, is you can't switch back and forth between just showing the camera and then showing the screen with me still like in the bottom corner. And I thought that was odd, and I don't know why they don't have that feature, but they don't. And I wanted to seamlessly flow between the camera and then screen sharing with the camera in the bottom right corner. And so I am testing a free software called Streamlabs OBS. And I will say it was not the most user-friendly to set up, in my opinion, but it is free. I did figure it out eventually. I watched YouTube videos, so that can be something that you look into. I'm sure there are other softwares out there that easily switch. You could also just, take a video of you talking, and then if you wanted to screen share, take a separate video and then just merge those together in something like iMovie, which is what we do to edit the videos. Actually, I think we use Canva now to edit the videos, but we were using iMovie, which is very, very easy to use. Another thing that we're using for YouTube to help with SEO, which is search engine optimization, is a program called Keywords Everywhere. And we did pay for that. It wasn't super expensive, but it shows you how well keywords are ranking, how many searches those keywords are getting per month. And that helps me find video ideas, video titles. It helps me with my descriptions. And so those are all well worth it. Now, obviously, we're just now starting, so I may change some of this. We may add new software or new things to make sure that we are, really optimizing our channel. But for now, we're just going for it. We are just going to start putting videos up, and we will get better over time. So you may be thinking, okay, well, should I start a YouTube channel? Let me say this. If you don't have a product to sell yet, don't start a YouTube channel. Don't do any marketing until you have something created. Now, you can start an email list. That's kind of like my one exception to that rule, because starting an email list takes time and you want to kind of nurture your email list as you are building a product. So definitely start an email list. But unless you have a product created and a funnel going to that product, or you have a product created and you have it listed on TPT, and then you can make videos that accompany that would show why a teacher needs that product, then I wouldn't start a YouTube channel yet. I think it's too soon. I think you're going to spend a lot of time on YouTube, and then you won't be spending time creating the product. So create your products if you're doing low ticket like TPT or another type of low ticket, less than $10 product, and then make funnels that go to that product. I talk about that in my Hey Digital Product Playbook. It tells you 3 different automated funnels that you can use to make sure that your products are selling on autopilot. Now, if you're on TPT, then you just need to make sure that you are optimizing your titles and your covers to get traffic to that resource. Then, if you have those things done, then you can start making YouTube videos or a podcast or blogging. I would say blogging would probably be last, but I'm a little biased because I don't like to write. But I do feel like YouTube and podcasting are more popular right now than reading blogs. That's just my own opinion. I have no data to support that. That's what I would assume. But you don't have to do all of them. I would pick one form of long form content, whether it be YouTube, podcasting, or blogging. You can also do social media. That's short form content, but I do think that you can grow with social media now. But pick one. Don't try to do it all. And then, if you like video and video comes naturally to you, if talking comes naturally to you, if you have a niche where you need to show things, like maybe if you're a teacher in the classroom and you can get one of these kind of cameras that you can show in your classroom, obviously don't show students or get permission, but I would just be really careful with that. Then do that. Do some video. If you'd rather just talk, then do podcasting. If you definitely don't want to talk or be on video, then you could do blogging. But I will say having a face to your brand is important, and it helps people to know, like, and trust you. So if you already have a product created and you're already selling it in some way, then definitely YouTube can be a great option for you to build your audience, for new people to find you, for you to nurture them, show them that you know what you're talking about, and then have videos that support the purchase of whatever your product is. Okay, so yeah, that is my kind of story about why we started YouTube. We are going to have a big YouTube launch on February 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be premiering 2 different videos at that time. 1, how to make a teacher resource from scratch, and then 2, how to make a digital product from scratch. So you don't want to miss those. I will be sending out those links via email, so you want to make sure you're on my email list. I'm going to give you 2 ways to join my email list now. We'll put these links in the show notes as well, so if you're driving or something, it's okay. You'll have the links. But the first one is a list of 100 digital product ideas. That's lindsaybowden.com/list. lindsaybowden.com/list. The second freebie is a list of 100 teacher ideas for TPT specifically. That link is lindsaybowden.com/TPT ideas. All together, no space, no underscore. lindsaybowden.com/TPT ideas. So grab either one of those, grab both of them if you want, then you'll be on my email list and you will get the emails when they are sent out for our launch on February the 3rd. And I cannot wait to make more YouTube content for you guys. Remember, send me a message on Instagram if you have a YouTube idea for me at Lindsay Bowden, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.